Yeah, I actually get emotional when I see that photo now. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. I think it's me only sending off, if I'm right. All I wanted to do was play in the Irish League. I love the Irish League. First one, yep, work away. Yep. Oh, wow, okay. I know what that is right away. That's my sending off against Crusaders. I think it's me only sending off, if I'm right. But I can remember in the game itself, I'd loads of family up watching the game. And it was a big mistake because I'm near sure the Ballymena fans booed me off. That Ballymena, it's the first Ballymena changing room I came into, and you look at it now, Stuart King's a man. Stuart King was crazy. Mark Picking, Darren Fitzgerald. You had real top pros about the place, but the place was mad and it was brilliant. The crack was brilliant. But as a young lad, getting into that change room, I would not have said boo to them boys. Like, you don't open your mouth, you just get on with it. You do your apprenticeship, as they say, and you just get on with it. But I loved every minute of it. I don't know, this picture, I don't know if how serious I am or it's Matthew Snoddy's hairline I'm looking at there. It looks like something he got from Turkey.
There's one guy in that photo, obviously, that probably stands out, and Steven Baxter.
Yeah, ranks probably number one in terms of what he's done for me in my career. I can remember meeting him for the first time. I worked in Bangor, and he was we got to know him a bit from coming in to my work and chatting away to him. Just a simple chat came about that would be interested, and all of a sudden, I'm at Crusaders, and geez, it was 11 years, it was just a whirlwind. It was amazing, highs, lows, but ultimately the best days of my footballing career. Yeah, the Satanta Cup. Everyone talks about the league titles, and for me, I think the Satanta is right up there with the first league title that I've won as a just unbelievable day. I mean, the week before we'd lost the Irish Cup final. Linfield beat us 4 in the Irish Cup final, and you're thinking to yourself, because we'd already won the League Cup against Coleraine, could we go? You're thinking to yourself, this treble, and Linfield do what Linfield do and beat us handy in the final. And I can remember we had planned to do suits and stuff like that for the Satanta Cup final, and Steven, it was something so small, but he was like, no, we've done suits last week, we're back to just being Crusaders, the Crusaders way. We showed up in tracksuits, and I can remember thinking, Derry City seeing us thinking, they're not taking this serious, but our eyes were on the prize, and that was an amazing day. Big Coachy, I'd still get a message from Big Coachy now and again, just let me know that he won me a Satanta Cup final because of his goals. But yeah, no, it was a fantastic day, and the celebrations that will be remembered for years to come.
Any memories of this?
I've one or two. Don't remember that specific bottle of beer, but I remember quite a few of them leading up to it. Yeah, the first league title was amazing. I probably don't remember too much of the days after winning it at Cliftonville because I decided to go on the drink for 5 days solid. But that was amazing. It's funny because we were obviously training the Thursday. The manager would give us the Tuesday off, and me and Declan Cadell showed up on the Thursday still on the drink, and I can remember it was even small things like this. Just what Steven done, because he could have went absolute through us there, and he says, that's your last drink, and by the way, you're both playing Saturday because you're feeling like that. So automatically you go, oh no, you wake up Friday morning, you get to the gym, you try and get stuff done to get ready for Saturday. And I can remember we beat Glenavon quite handy. I think it was Glenavon. And then the celebrations after that were just, it was, to be honest with you, from that Saturday, the Saturday night was great. Sunday I had to go home because I had enough. The boys were still out, so yeah. Would I do things a wee bit different now? I probably would, but Look, I was just an amazing change room. I look at the faces about there in that change room. We had a really great squad. I mean, people always talk about White, Heatley, Owens. See Dermot O'Carroll in the picture. People forget when Jordan came out, Dermot was still scoring goals for fun. And it was a great side. Owens and Heatley, God, where do you start with them two? Jordan, best header of the ball I've ever seen. Probably be as well playing football with his head rather than his feet. He was just incredible. So difficult to deal with. And I know now from talking to people years after, they just hated it. They just hated marking him. He was just big, aggressive, and it's strange because he's the most nicest man in the world off the pitch, and he wouldn't say booty a goose. Heatley, Heatley was just a magician. Those two players will always be in my top 11. No one will ever take away a space from them two who I've played with. They were just incredible, and it goes with White as well on the other side. Those three were just special talents. Heatley's still doing it. Just again, another great guy. Strange, but a great guy. Just so much good memories with them too. No point did I ever think I was going to play 500 games and win the trophies that I've won. All I wanted to do was play in the Irish League. I loved the Irish League. Even as a young lad, as a supporter, I still would have went and watched games. And then it changes whenever you start to be about changing rooms there. As a young age, I just wanted to then play Northern Ireland. I wanted to be in the 18s, 19s, 21s, stuff like that. And when you do that, then all of a sudden you think, maybe I could go and actually play a lot of games in this league. I just love our league. The brand is brilliant. I mean, people who could criticise our league have never actually sat down and watched our league. Our league is brilliant. And the players coming out of it now, it shows you that the amount of people going to England and stuff like that is great. And it's great to see young lads doing well. But yeah, it was my pleasure. I loved every minute of it. And I'd do it all again in a heartbeat. Supporters, yep. In general, they are the catalyst of the league. They're needed. They are the backbone of every club in our league, and it shouldn't go unnoticed how important they are. And I think some supporters over the years think, that they're not murdered about the play. The clubs duly need these people. They need them, and they should keep them on side at every cost. The supporters for me in general started out Ballymena, just great people, good people, had a lot of time for. Then you move on to Dungannon, and although they were at the Ballymena, I was young, you don't really observe that sort of thing then. You're selfish, and you worry about yourself then. Go to Dungannon, tight-knit club, homely club, family orientated, supporters all tight-knit. You started to know everyone, and then you go to Crusaders, and the people at Crusaders know, the supporters there know how much I have a lot of time for them and love them to bits. And then when I went back to Ballymena, I started to realise from the start, you were seeing people there who'd been there for years previous and knew you when you were a young lad. And they were just, they were the salt of the earth, those people. I couldn't say a bad thing about any of the three clubs supporters that were there. They were just brilliant to me. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of supporters throughout the league that have given me a lot of grief. I can remember her at Molyneux, they were singing, you're just a slim John Ruddy to me. I can remember thinking to myself, that was brilliant, and I was going, slim? I've never been called slim in my life. And then I met John Ruddy and thought, okay, maybe I'm okay. But no, brilliant, just great time with supporters. Loved the battles and the to and fro with them, and I give a wee bit back now and again, of course, but loved every minute. Family, amazing. Yeah, I actually get emotional when I see that photo now. And family are just everything to me. My kids, my wife, my mum has just done everything for me. Travelled everywhere about the country to just sat reading books, just everything when I was younger. So she is amazing. And then my mates are as well. And they'd probably be thinking, he's getting emotional over us now and give me a bit of grief. But no, couldn't have done it without them. They are, they've seen the good times and the bad. And I'll be honest with you, mostly the bad, because the good times you don't remember, because you're always so, you know. But I can remember Craig McLean giving me a bit of advice coming towards the end of Crusaders, and he always said to me, never get too high, never get too low. And it stuck with me. But just amazing. Yeah. The moment was, for me, it was right. I would have loved to stay on and finished at the end. You know, to be honest with you, I felt like I could have actually played another couple of years. I really did. Sometimes with goalkeepers, you think I would have hated for a club to have to turn around and say, you're done. But at the same time, I was contributing and I was still a captain of the club and stuff like that. But no, it was a great, I just felt it was right. Obviously I had a coaching opportunity. And yeah, it was just the time's right, but the day, everything about that day will remain with me forever. Ballymena were great. As I say, really great people up there, but the way that the send-off was done and stuff like that, I'm so glad I also went out on a game that meant something. You know, there's nothing worse than you get the damn squid at the end of the year and you're clapped off by a couple of supporters. You know, that Cliftonville game needed a result. Thankfully we got a result. Ultimately I probably should have been sent off in the game, but we'll not dwell too much on that. Yeah, it was a great day. Do you know what? It's been great. It's a really good group of players down there. Honest, hard-working, and sometimes that's all you can ask for as a coach. You mentioned Declan there. To be honest with you, if it had been anyone else, I probably wouldn't have jumped this early. But you know, so much respect for Declan. He's my mate, and you know, he knows that I'll go to the end of the earth for him. So to get the chance to go back to Crusaders was a no-brainer. What it looks like in terms of, it's about being on the pitch and coaching players, giving bits of just a wee bit of information now and again. It's not, I always look back at Steven Baxter, and Steven wasn't one, and the same with Jeffrey. Davey wasn't one to start trying to coach you, and he was a people's person, and they were both people's person, and they would give you a small, just the smallest wee bit of detail, and sometimes I can remember thinking after games, geez, that was incredible what he just done there, and hopefully I can pass that on to the young players. I'm not looking to go in there and start being, you know, telling them technically what to do and start. Declan's there and he's doing a great job at that. My role would probably be amongst the players, getting in amongst them, and just bringing a bit of energy about the place as well. And as I say, giving that wee bit of knowledge and know-how. I'm not looking forward to this one. I'm praying it's. Oh, yep. I knew it was coming. Yep. My good friend Al. Yeah. Yeah. 3 days in Portugal. I don't really need to say too much more than that. Thought to myself I'd try and G the lads up, and turned out I G'd them up and we went back on the drink, and then all of a sudden it was an internet hit. So yeah, listen, real light-hearted. Ultimately it did the job because the boys went back on the drink that day. No, I could act in that film. I love that film. I think when you talk about your career throughout, Friday nights people forget and supporters forget that you don't get to go out on Friday nights, and it's, you know, for something happening, an event happening, you stay in. For me, I was a film buff. wanted to watch all the kind of sporting films, the Any Given Sundays, Remember the Titans, all those kind of give you that wee bit of edge look going into a game or a big game. And Any Given Sunday was the one that I loved. I loved that film, and that speech was. I'm sure all the young lads these days won't remember, you know, the MP3 players and stuff like that, where you had your speeches and your songs in your MP3 player. Now you've got them on your phone. But yeah, look, amazing time. It was just brilliant. Yeah, he reached out his social media just to say that he just wrote he wrote something like, I actually thought that was me doing that. Very well done and great stuff, or something as small as that. But I can remember thinking, what Elvis, you know, has messaged me. So yeah, look, it was a great time and one that wouldn't change for the world, to be honest with you. I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of professional lives. All comes down to today. Now either we heal as a team or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen, believe me. And we can stay here, get the kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell, 1 inch at a time. Now I can't do it for you, I'm too old. I look around this team and I mean, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone that's ever loved me, and lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things are taken from you, and that's part of life. But you find out life's a game in inches, and so's football. And in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 second too slow, you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch, because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the difference between winning and losing, between living and dying. Remember this, guys, in either game, it's all about the inches.
Absolutely.
Oh dear, oh dear.